Well, this has been a lovely location, and we're going to say goodbye and go hit the big city. I wasn't sure what we were going to have when we got here because we didn't have any view of the Tetons at all, just smoke. And we still got some smoke today, but not as bad. I got Tetons in my rear view mirror. And the worst of this for me is going to be getting back down this road. So I asked Barb to lead us down the hill. And here we go. Ready when you are. Just nice and slow on the big corners, please.
Wake up with the sun in our eyes. Sally forth, no need for goodbyes. Journey calls, let's roll the dice. Every mile a new surprise.
Alright, so this road really messed with me coming up. And I had to get out and walk it to convince myself that I could actually do it. And I've got Barb leading us down because I can concentrate on the back end of her rig instead of on the drop-offs on the corners that we're going to come to down here. But I have enjoyed it here. I guess we've been here 4 nights, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, yeah. This is a 5-day stay location. We are in the Bridger-Teton National Forest. And I did have a lovely view of the Tetons out my living room window periodically in between the smoke bombs. Well, not bombs, but just heavy smoke. There was a slight glimpse over there to the right. Can you slow down a little more, please?
Sorry, what did you say?
You're good now. I said just slow down a little bit more, please. Here we go. Yeah, this part totally freaked me out, and as you can see, I'm hugging the left-hand side of the road, not the right-hand side of the road. And it's pretty rough. But really, once we get past, I think, the next curve down here, it's really not bad. It's just that when I came up here and I'm looking at the tree tops and then I'm looking at a big drop-off, yeah, that's my fear of heights, man. All right. So I think the rest of it is pretty okay. I think that was the worst of it for me. So we don't really have a big day today. We're going like 38 miles, which Google says is going to take us 40 minutes. Probably closer to 45 or an hour. And basically we're going shopping today and tomorrow. And then tomorrow we're gonna hopefully have a drink and a bite at the Million Dollar Cowboy Bar. And say our goodbyes. And then Thursday morning I head back up to Yellowstone. Yeah, up to the left there was a site that my friend Donna at Shalom on the Roam had recommended. And when I came to the fork in the road, I looked at the fork in the direction she recommended. And and it didn't look great. And the fork that we went up looked better right up until I got to that nasty corner with the huge drop off. Alright, so today is Tuesday, September the 9th. It is 65 degrees outside. We are currently at 6,900 feet in elevation. We were at about 7,300 up at the top there. And I'm gonna wait until we get out to the end here just to see if we've got another view of the Tetons. I'm not sure if we will or not. Whoa, big bump. But let's just see. Let's just see what we can see. It's actually to our left, and we're going to get a lovely view. Entering Bridger-Teton National Park. And what's kind of cool is I got to turn around and come all the way back up here to go to Yellowstone, back up the main road, not this road. Pretty view over there, but wait until you see this one. Look at that view. Just look at it. And imagine what it would be like if the sky wasn't all smoky. I'm just grateful we got what we got when we got it. When we came in here on Friday, you couldn't even see this. Saturday? Might have been Saturday we came in. I think it was Saturday. Actually, I have no idea, so maybe I'll put it on the screen. But these are very much imposing mountains, and I think the tallest peaks were only like 7,000 feet, but because they are so jagged and they have no foothills, makes them appear much taller. So very cool. All right, we're going to see what Jackson Hole looks like besides commercialized. Well, I guess we might as well get some more views of the Tetons, huh? Because why not? And I am really glad I overcame my fear enough to be able to get up that road. Pretty nice. Welcome to Jackson, Wyoming. Elevation 62, 69 or something like that. Population 10,702. Let the traffic begin. Barb yet, but as we were driving in here, it occurred to me I'm going to check tonight and see if we can possibly get into a campground tomorrow night. When I was looking previously, there was nothing available, but, you know, doesn't mean something didn't show up. Huh. A rental company I've never heard of, Road Surfer. Yeah, parking's definitely going to be a problem. Bistro pool at the Creekside Resort and Spa. I wonder what a bistro pool is. Oh, I guess it's probably two separate things. Oh, there's the Antler Arch right there. We'll be coming back to this area. Can't tell what it says on the side. Oh, Lewis and Clark River Expeditions. At first I was reading Diver Aquariums. I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's what it says. River Expeditions. Alright, we're going to take the truck route. Because why not? This is kind of quaint looking. Haggerty's hair studio. I was just pointing out the building to you. But I cut my hair last night, and I didn't do a terrible job of it. In on the creek. That's pretty. Yes, this is very much a resort town. You can tell from looking at it. You can also see a couple of RVs parked on the street right here. Okay, well, parking is definitely going to be a challenge. The Albertsons. We're going to be visiting there. And they appear to be pretty busy. Okay. Let's not bark. Well, let's see what we can find in the parking area.
Turn right. The station will be on the left.
Alright, well there's the Target. Stop, kid. Stop. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Alright, let's figure out where we're going to park. Well, after a very long day, I think we are finally... And so I've been parked at Target pretty much all afternoon. It is now 6:12 p.m. But I think I've gotten all the groceries I'm going to get. Got some clothes. Got a new backpack. I'm pretty happy about that. got all my Amazon packages, but boy was that a fiasco. So the way that this worked,
Turn right onto Maple.
hang on. The way that this turned out,
In a quarter mile, turn right onto West
we went to the UPS store where I had my packages delivered from Amazon to an Amazon access point. And I got a notification from Amazon that said that all of my packages had arrived. So we went to pick them up, and first they couldn't find any of them. 2 of them were delivered yesterday. They finally found those. They wanted to charge me $5 for one of Barb's that was supposed to have been sent to an access point, not to something else. Sign till. And they agreed to not charge me, and then they didn't charge me for the one that they finally found, which they could have charged me for, because what happened was I ordered a tripod and it said it wouldn't fit in an Amazon locker, although I'm sure it would have actually. And so
Snoky Avenue.
I called them up and asked them if I could just have it sent to me there directly, not as an Amazon access point, and have them hold it for me to come pick up, and they said yes. And so I did. But they couldn't find it, and it was delivered by FedEx, not by UPS. So finally found it.
1 mile.
Didn't charge me for it, didn't charge me for the other one after all. And but finally had to manually look up all of the other tracking numbers. I think there were 5 more packages. I ordered a lot of stuff. Can't wait to show it to you. But they had to look up the entire tracking number, and then they said, oh yeah, they were delivered to Staples. I'm like, wait, what? What do you mean they were delivered to Staples? I ordered them to be delivered here. Oh, but we can only accept so many access point packages. I'm like, really? Look, there's an RV park. Huh. Wonder how much that costs. Oh, that might be the Virginian, which is $169 a night. No, thank you. Anyway. National Forest access up there. I don't want to chance that in the rain. Boy, am I tired. Anyway, we finished at UPS store in REI, and then went over to Staples. And the guy at Staples was super nice. He even helped us carry stuff out. Because one of the packages I ordered were 2 new sets of leveling blocks that instead of 3 inches will give me 6 inches. So that will be a bonus for sure. Okay. Well, I like this route much better than the one that we... So you can't park on this road, I guess because it's a bike lane. But we did find a place that we could park. We think we did. We'll find out. It's okay, kid. It's okay. See any of these side streets we can park on, and it looks like there are a few RVs parked down there. It's okay, Kit Kat. It's okay. Yeah. So then, after we finished at Staples picking up stuff there. Alright, there's a few parked over there. And I think as long as it's not a red curb, we can park any place along here. We can park on the left right here. How you feel about that?
No, that's fine. If you're comfortable with it, I am too. There's no parking.
Where? Where?
On the left, there's a big red sign that says no parking.
Well, there's two other vans parked right here. I think that's for the side street. I don't think that's for this.
You.
Alright, I'm going to go around the block and then come back to it. Unless I see something else that looks good along the way.
I kind of like the park area better. Those apartments look kind of ratty.
Okay, well, we're still kind of heading that way.
Towards Avenue, towards South King Street. Turn left on South King Street.
And we definitely drove through some ratty stuff getting to the park.
Turn right on East Hampton Avenue.
Okay? No, I'm tired too. So there. I'm going to turn around so I can come back down the other side. my first parking in the street ever. So we'll see how this goes.
The next day.
This was my first ever night of street parking like this. We didn't get a knock on the door, so that was good. And we're gonna end up doing it again tonight, but we're gonna go about a block further behind where we were, because there weren't any houses there, and Kit was just made crazy by all the kids coming out of the apartment complex multiple times. And I'm not sure it was a lot of kids. It might have been the same kid more than once. Probably true. I saw somebody running their dog in this field to the left yesterday, and the signs at the park say no dogs allowed, and I thought, well, maybe that's actually a dog park. We walked over and looked at it this morning, and no, it's a disc golf course. So we just walked around the neighborhood, didn't we, Kit? We did. And I have been, it's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I got up at 7:30, at 7:15 I got up. And basically I've spent the entire day going through all of the packages of the stuff that I had ordered to make sure that everything works properly and that nothing needs to be returned. Because once I leave here first thing tomorrow morning, I don't really think I'm planning to be in civilization at all until I leave Yellowstone. So if anything needed to be returned, I wanted to do it before I left town. So today, we're going to go finish up the errands, which means we're going to get fuel and propane. I'm not going to worry about dumping or getting water today. And then tomorrow morning, bright and early, I'm going to take off for Yellowstone. But before we do that, Barb and I are going to go have at least a beer and maybe a burger at the Million Dollar Cowboy Bar. Oh, excuse me, I'm already tired. I was pretty whipped last night. I went to bed about 9:15, didn't wake up until like 7:15. And I have been pretty busy all morning because, of course, once I made sure that everything worked, like I bought a spotting scope and a phone holder, and hopefully I'm going to get some cool shots with that stuff. So once I made sure that all worked, then my next project included cleaning out the bin underneath all of my Victron and battery equipment, which is where I keep my leveling blocks and stuff like that, because I bought new 6-inch rocker blocks to replace the 3-inch rocker blocks that I've had. And so I had to make sure that all of that fit. And then I took all of the stuff that I'm donating and put it in the bin in Barb's storage area because she had room for it, and she's going to drop all my crap off for me. Now, in all fairness, she said she might take my rocker blocks, and I had a couple of tripods I was getting rid of that she gave to her. She's going to give to her daughter. What are we doing here? Circle H Ranch, Canewater Farm. They must be setting up for something to happen over the weekend. What's today? Today's Wednesday. Maybe they've got a farmer's market? I know not.
Turn left onto West Pearl Avenue.
Oh, they've got stop signs.
Quarter mile, turn left, US 191 south, US 26 west.
Oh, it's going to make me turn left into the gas station. Awesome sauce. glad I've had the experience here, but I doubt that I'll ever come back. Way too touristy, way too many people, way too expensive. Propane at the suburban propane place, $4.55 a gallon. So hopefully we're going to get propane at Shell and just be done with it. And getting propane today is a little bit like belt and suspenders. I'm supposed to get propane with my site, but when I talked to the campground manager about it, he said that some people need to get their own adapter, and I have no idea what that means. So I don't know. So I want to be full in case there's no real propane option for me there.
Left onto US 191 South, US 26 West.
And we're about to get on the highway again, and you've seen this part. I don't think I have much else to say to you, except I guess elevation is 6125 and it's 73 degrees at almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, we have gas in the gas tank.
Head southwest toward Carnes Meadow Drive.
And propane in the propane tank. And now we're heading for Staples, where we're going to drop off
Turn right.
my rig and hop in
Toward
with
Carnes
Barb.
Meadow Drive.
Sorry about that. And hop in with Barb so we can go have a beer at the Million Dollar Cowboy Bar.
B, turn right.
There we go, it finally connected properly. And get a bite to eat. And there we go. So on 222.7 miles, we average 9.7 mpg. Not too shabby considering all the elevation changes and stuff. Kid, please don't yell. Alright, we're just gonna park. Well, this is it, guys. This is Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Up close and personal, so to speak. It is, of course, meeting and exceeding my expectations for prices and people, both of which are much higher than I would prefer. Just saying. It's a cute little town. It's a lovely mountain. In fact, we parked overnight on the street last night, and we're going to do that again tonight. Pretty close to the mountain, pretty far on the outskirts of town. Didn't get a knock, didn't get disturbed. And yeah, it's all good. That's the thrift store we were going to stop at yesterday, but when I looked, I realized there was going to be no parking. So I might want to walk in there on the way back.
Okay.
Oh, look at this cute little mural of the moose on the far side of the building. Let's see if we can get a decent look at that for you guys. Let's give you a look. In between the traffic and the people, of course. Pretty cool, huh? So why is it that we are actually walking around in downtown Jackson Hole, Barb?
Checking out the Million Dollar Cowboy Bar, which Clint Eastwood made famous, and I don't remember the name of the movie. And of course the Antlers over there
At the archway, yeah.
Yes.
So we're gonna get up to the corner and then I'll show you.
I'd like to go into the general store, if it's okay, or do you want to wait until after we
I want to eat. I'm pretty hungry. See the Antlers? We might go get an iconic selfie over there when we're done. I really do want to eat.
You don't want to pay $10 for a little teeny tiny magnet that would cost you $2 someplace else?
No, I don't do magnets. And let's stop in the most middle of the sidewalk that we possibly can. Or we could go local. Custom built burgers.
There it is.
Here it comes.
I believe this is it.
Dry aged steak and game there.
about it.
Here it is, guys. $1 Million Cowboy Bar. All right. It's the bar.
Are we 21?
I hope we don't have to show ID.
Her friends gets one of those, I don't know if they're all souvenir bottles or what, but they come out once a year or something, and they got a special design. I don't even remember the name of the bourbon or whatever, whiskey or bourbon. So she bought it here.
Yeah, I don't buy souvenir stuff like that because I don't have any place to keep it.
Now, what my mom would do is buy whiskey like that, and she was going to Japan. And she, hello, ladies, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. How about you? By the way, I am recording now.
She does.
Okay. I'm listening.
Can't hear you. You'll have to get closer.
Okay. All right. So you know your pen is good. What? All right.
You really just want a Coke?
Huh?
You really just want a Coke?
Yeah. I just figured I'd order.
And you don't want to eat here?
No, I thought you wanted to eat here, but you don't.
Okay, what would you like?
So, I'm sorry, come back to us in a minute. We're having a discussion. Apparently, we don't know what we're doing. Okay, so what it's famous for are all these bar stools that are made from saddles.
I can only get on there to right. I'm telling you so.
And there is actually a line of people trying to get their pictures taken. That was our $1 Million Cowboy Bar experience. Thank you very much. Way too noisy for me to want to spend time in. What'd you think of local?
Fine. Let's check it out.
It looked good as we were walking by.
I love this, the burl here. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that was funny. Everybody kept saying, oh, we just wanted to.
Yeah, that's what everybody said. All right. This seems quieter.
There's a menu out here if you want to take a look before you go in.
Okay, there's also a bar menu as well as a lunch menu. Follow her. So this is local.
Oh, thank you. We're so glad you're here today. Yeah, of course.
All right, so this is my re-meal. And I ended up speaking with the manager about it because I ordered my burger medium well, and it was medium rare-ish, which was not acceptable to me because I don't ever eat ground meat that way. Truffle fries, which are really good. And they brought it back out from the kitchen like this, and I told them to keep the bun. And I really thought that it had been microwave, so I asked for the manager, and he said, no, we don't have a microwave in the kitchen. And we put fresh cheese on it for you, so, but if you're not satisfied, he said he'd take it back and do it again. And they've comped my meal. So let me tell you where we are. We are at Local in Jackson Hole, and the manager handled things appropriately. The food is good. I'd say give it a try. Well, it really was quite a good buffalo burger at Local.
Yep.
And then we've got the 5 and dime general store here, which I'm sure doesn't have anything for a 5 or a dime. Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
I want to look.
Go in here.
Yeah,
We'll
you
start
will.
in here.
Okay. All right.
And we are going to cross over here to the famous Antler Arch. I thought there was only one. There's at least 3. So now we know. Pretty cool though, huh? That's pretty cool. And here's another side view of the arch. So there's one on every corner. That makes them less special to me, actually. They've been here since 1960 from the elk refuge. I think we need to cross here, unless you want to walk in the middle of the street, which I'm not averse to. And then we're going to get up on the boardwalk. We're going to go take a look in Pendleton and see if I maybe feel compelled to buy something else. Not like I haven't spent enough money here. Let's slice into sweater weather. I'm gonna have to get used to I'm gonna have to work on getting used to the elevation.
Reindeer roads. There you go.
Yeah, that's what we need. Only $2.99. Kit would like it. Probably. Although he was very interested in the bearskins we've seen. Oh, look at these hats.
Oh, look at this one.
That's what I'm looking at.
You should feel it.
I might need that. Our late lunch, early dinner was really good. And then we walked around the square a little bit, through the Antler Arch, all that stuff. And went in what I think is a local outfitter shop. And I bought my first ever Yeti cup. I say first ever because I think when I go back to Yellowstone, I'm probably going to get one that says Yellowstone. And I'll end up with 2 Yeti cups. I'm kind of thinking that I'm not really going to be spending money while I'm sitting in Yellowstone. And I think it would be kind of nice to have a souvenir of my time camp hosting. Since who knows, I may never do it again. Or I may. I have no idea yet. We'll find out, I guess, together. Alright, this isn't particularly attractive parts of Jackson. So I'll try and remember to show you where we wind up. In worst case, you'll have to watch the next video and see where it is when we're leaving in the morning.